Hi everybody, today is day 20 and it's a day I have not been looking forward to doing. It's this cabinet we have behind us. It's where we put like our dry goods like flour, stuff like that. And when we had a house in Austin, we had a big kitchen. We had a lot more storage and I really liked baking and it was all convenient. And this house is teeny, and this is where we jam it all, and it gets really bad. So I've been putting this off. I don't want to do it. Well, I'm waiting for Karen to come home with more shelf paper, and I've gotten the top shelf cleaned up. I'm making it more functional, but I'm finding interesting stuff. Like we have this noon energy drink. And you know, I've been wanting some energy drinks, and I found some down there yesterday and some for me today. And I put a lot of stuff in these canisters. I don't think Karen likes the canisters, but I kind of do. And I'm cleaning it up, so that's how that's going to roll. Now we got these little rice noodles. I think they've probably seen better days. Let's see when they say they expire. 12/02 of 2017, so that's going away. Wasn't very many. We don't really waste that much stuff, but we do this. Sometimes we buy extra things, like we don't know we have it, because things aren't functional. And that's kind of where you have to be more on top of cleaning stuff up. Because when you don't know you have it, and then you go buy it again, that's silly. But we're doing better, I think. These little rice papers, I think, have seen better days too. Let's see. I don't know what they're supposed to feel like. Karen sometimes makes spring rolls. I love them. But I'll have to ask her about these because I think they've gone bad. Let's see if it says when they're good to her. They have a lot of calories. No wonder I like them. Got a lot of sugar in them. Okay, still waiting for Karen. Going to turn the camera off. Okay, so here's another thing we've got. We've got this condensed milk, and it says used until, best until date on end of can. So the only numbers I see here are 1111 and then a long number. So, like, that doesn't help me any. So I'm going to look some more of this. They just don't make it easy. So here's the final product. You still kind of have to climb up on a stool, but all our baking stuff is on the top. Oils and canned goods and like salt and pepper that we use every day is on the second shelf. And I'm going to we ran out of shelf paper, and of course they never have the same kind. And that made me kind of cranky, but I'm over it now. And then I'm going to do a bonus cabinet, which is where we keep our vases and lunch boxes, and it's just out of control. So I'm going to start that next. So in the bonus cabinet, I came across all these lunch bags, and we had a couple to throw away. I don't need to advertise for Google anymore. But I found this happy one, and it says stuff like push your limits, do all this stuff, and that was a keeper way in the back of that cabinet. So I have a new lunchbox. So I'm really proud of the bonus shelf I did. It had a lot of stuff in it. and it was not functional because our vases were always falling down, and we had some thermoses that we could never reach. And there's a pretty pot in the back in the box, but we don't use that often, so that can be in the back. And I pared down from like 5 or 6 lunch bags to just that one, and then that pretty one that I talked about earlier. So the bonus shelf is really, really nice. And this is what's getting rid of. A golf trophy vase, and you know, if somebody wants it, they can etch off the city champion thing. And a thermos that we don't use, and a couple of lunch bags. I had to throw a couple away, and that bottle's for recycle. This whole bag is trash, and the rest is just cleaning. So, just to recap, here we go. We did all our dry goods. There was a couple of expired things. We made this area more functional. And then I did a bonus shelf of vases and lunch boxes and thermoses. Good morning and welcome to another day of where I talk about what I filmed the night before, because I can't get it all done in one day. My hat's really off to the people who are so good at this. I've been watching other people's videos. I've always liked Sophia's, but I didn't realize the skill that was going on. But enough about that. I've done so many that I filmed that I don't really remember what I did the night before. But I think last night I did dry goods, and that's day 20. And we have just one cabinet for dry goods, and before we moved up here for me to have a better job, we remodeled our kitchen in Austin, and boy was it fabulous. I had shelf space galore, I had pull-outs, all the drawers were self-closing, so I'm lamenting the loss of that a little bit. I'm happy I moved. I have a much better job. I'm not so stressed with work. I think I can finish out my career at my current employer, which I was afraid about in Austin. So it's good, but I think why this was hard to do is there's a little bit of regret, a loss of something, but it's not that important. It really isn't, because once I cleaned it out, it's very functional. And in fact, today there was one bottle of stuff, tartar wash for the dog's teeth. I opened it and it was moldy inside, so out it went. Today, Karen reminded me one of the bottles of turmeric that I had put back in the medicine cabinet or medicine drawer. Look at the date, because she thinks that's expired. It was, out it went. So part of not thinking you have enough space is you have too much stuff in the space. And so day 20 dry goods. I also did a bonus shelf because I thought, wow, this is out of control, and it was our vases. And I had a lot of vases I won as golf trophies, and they're beautiful, and I think people who might want them could etch off the part that says this who won, or they could turn it the other way. But we pared it down to 3, and I think that's plenty. Plenty, I tell you. I also had like 10, well, 10's an exaggeration. I think I had like 6 lunch bags, and I picked 2. I only need 2, and one, I thought, why am I not using this? It's pretty colors, it's yellow and green and springy, and it has wonderful sayings all over it, and I was using a Google lunch bag. Why am I advertising for Google? I mean, I got the bag at a tech conference or something, and it's kind of gotten gnarly. Out it went. There were 2 bags that had never been used at all. Brand new bags, so those are donate. So anyway, that was day 20 dry goods.